Yeah, I do have good eyes. So black women always tell me. Yeah. Oh, you have such nice eyes. Always. One minute. Mm-hmm. Have you ever met Angeline?
No, I haven't met her, but she's a good omen for me, like when I see her.
Angeline, for those out there who don't know, is a woman who drives a pink Corvette around town and had billboards in the 80s. Would that be the way to describe her? It never sounds impressive to people who aren't from LA or haven't been out here for a while.
People don't get it. LA too.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Okay.
And we get it. Like, it's like, because I think there's something kind of like comforting about it, because like there's always been Angeline in the pink Corvette, right?
Have you seen her recently?
No, I'm due for an Angeline.
Corvette smashed up. The back of it.
What happened?
I don't know.
Oh, shit.
I didn't. The last time I saw she was parked at the John's on Vermont. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I saw her.
She was
parked in there. Yeah, she's the one on Sunset.
Yeah.
I've seen her there too. But the only time I ever talked to her, I think it was the only time I ever talked to her. She was just a couple months ago. She was in the John's, and I just like. She was like just sitting in her car, and I like knocked on the window. I don't know, because I'd seen her so much, I didn't feel like, oh, this is invading someone's space, or like it's weird that a guy like late at night is like knocking on her window. It's just like, oh, what's up, Angeline? And I wanted to buy a shirt from her.
Yeah.
She wanted like $40. Try to get the thing fixed.
Yeah.
But she gave me her card and said to call her.
Did you call her?
No, because she charges money for everything.
I mean, she didn't become Angeline out of nowhere. And she's doing this, without Kim Kardashian's kind of like Instagram cachet. She's very like grassroots.
Yeah, she is. It's just that car.
Yeah. Oh, I hope she gets her car fixed.
Or a new one.
Yeah, like what's her financial situation?
No one knows. She keeps it very close to the vest.
Yeah.
She's got like a benefactor or something, a rich guy.
Yeah.
That's who paid for the billboards.
She would be, I think, a really hard person to land for a profile, but she would be really fun to write about.
And then Dennis Woodruff. Do you know him?
No.
The guy with the crazy cars promoting his movies.
Yes.
And he and Angeline kind of get grouped together a lot.
Totally different.
But the cars.
But Angeline, to me, like, has always, in some kind of way, been like a little bit legitimately glamorous.
Oh, she's very glamorous.
Like, yeah, I don't think of Dennis Woodruff as like cool, really.
No.
Angeline's kind of like awesome.
She's a very, very cool lady.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're from LA. What neighborhood did you grow up in?
I claim LA, but I'm from the suburbs. I'm from Ventura County, Thousand Oaks.
Oh, okay, so you don't...
But I was a child actor, so I was down here like every day.
You're a child actor,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, so I mean, I was in the city like a lot.
What was your experience as a child actor? Would you recommend it to other children?
Yes and no. It definitely gave me like weird issues, I guess, with like, it's weird to like face that kind of rejection at a young age. It's probably not healthy, but it gave me a really good work ethic. I have a really good work ethic because I've been, working since I was like 5.
Whose idea was it to become a child actor?
Mine.
Yours, okay.
Yeah. I asked my parents if I could move into the TV. And like they would, because I came really close to like a lot of really, or not a lot, but like there's a few things I came really close to that were like pretty big, and then I was really devastated when I didn't get them, and my parents were like, you can quit if you want, like you really don't have to do this, you can just play soccer or something. And I was the one who was like, no, I'm not quitting.
Did you get called commercials? Like, did you get enough success to...
Yeah, I paid for my first 2 years of college with the commercial money that I got when I was a kid.
Okay.
I mean, that alone was worth it.
Did you get to miss school a lot?
I got to miss school a lot. I had a pager way before everyone else.
Oh, so this would be a good...
Yeah. It's not bad. I had a pager, and again, I got to come to LA a lot, so I sort of knew my way around LA. And you know, I hung out with some famous people. That made my friends at school jealous.
Did you ever go to the child actor? I think it was for bigger child actors, but the Alfie Soda Pop Club. Do you know about this?
No.
In the era of the Coreys,
Yeah.
there was a all-ages dance party for actor kids. It was on one of the lots, and they would all. I guess it was.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I might have been a little bit young for dance parties. Yeah. But I was like, Kirsten Dunst was in my acting class when she booked Interview with the Vampire. So like I remember her before she was famous. Brittany Murphy was in my acting class.
Oh.
Yeah. I met Warren Beatty. I auditioned for Bugsy to play his daughter, and I met Warren Beatty. And I had, my dad had him sign a napkin, and then I had that framed with the Dick Tracy poster in my room.
So it sounds pretty tight. It sounds better than being an actor as an adult.
It's way better. And then like the really best thing about being a child actor is it relieves you of the desire to be an actor as an adult.
So did you have a point where you became a teenager and you like rebelled and you wanted to stop being an actor?
I did theater as a teenager, but then, yeah, when I was always like, I mean, if I'm honest, I was always a better writer than actor. So when I was like 18, I was like, well, I should just do that because I'm better at it. So I switched to that when I was like, 18 or 19.
But if, somebody was like, hey, we need you to do an Alka-Seltzer commercial.
Sure.
You would jump on it and you just say, sure.
I'm just not going to exert the effort. Like I've like already filled that quota in my lifetime. But I like, if people ask me to be in sketches and stuff like that, I have fun doing it, but I don't care. Do you act? Are you an actor?
I'm on the same boat as you. If somebody asked me to, yeah, sure.
Right, because it's fun when you.
Oh yeah, it's so easy.
Yeah.
But if you're trying,
oh God,
it becomes, then it's work.
Right,
And it's not fun.
I truly can't imagine, because luckily I stopped when I was young, but I can't imagine being an adult and going through that, really, because it's so out of your control.
I think about that all the time. All these people who'd like the best drama student at their high school in some like crappy town or some big city. They could be from Denver or something, and Denver is better than Colorado Springs or, one of these other, for Colorado, they're a big fish in a small pond. And they move out here and it's just so dirty and there's so many people and there's so much traffic and it's so expensive.
It's got to be a nightmare, that combination of things. But, hats off to the people who pull it off.
Do you get any kind of, from being from LA and like doing the acting thing, when you see like these clueless actor types, do you ever get this kind of like superiority thing where you're just like, well, I know that's a waste of time. Good luck to you. But it makes you feel a little bit better.
Yeah, I mean,
seeing them struggle.
Not seeing them struggle necessarily, but I think I am maybe somewhat, I'm very dismissive of people who are actors. Maybe that's not fair, but I really love good actors. I love people who are good actors.
Oh, who have a little bit of it, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, everyone likes it.
Yeah.
That's so refreshing to
say. So I can't categorically say I don't like actors. I guess I like good ones.
Yeah. A good actor is kind of clueless too. They're naive.
Yeah.
That's what I like about them.
Yeah, they're sort of like raw. Like they're sort of the opposite of the person who's like obsessed with their headshots and they're sending out postcards and stuff like that,
Oh, the postcards.
It's so embarrassing.
It's really, we had a couple of years ago, I had a friend who like worked in commercial casting, and she gave us a stack of like this big. We wallpapered our living room. But then a couple of the people we ended up seeing later, like we were like watching the antenna, and like a commercial would come on. But that guy looks familiar. Oh wait, and then like he'd be like on the wall.
So funny.
So it works or something.
I guess so. I'm sure and maybe it works because there's so many that they don't really remember why they know your face. I don't know. I had a friend who was a casting director for a while, and I would occasionally go like help out in her office. And yeah, that is real. Again, if I was an actor and I saw that, I would just be so bummed out. Because someone who's like trying to be a professional actor, because it's like just the volume of like the headshots in there. It's just, wow, it's depressing. disgusting. And then, like, it costs money to make headshots.
Oh, it's like 50 cents a piece
Isn't that
to
crazy?
print. And the stamp is going to be another 40 cents.
And then you like went to the post office and you had a whole day where you did that, and it's awful.
Oh, God bless them.
Yeah, but no, I guess they have to, right? What else are they supposed to do?
Yeah, we need those commercials.
Yeah.
We need Verizon commercials. We need, not everybody can be on Saturday Night Live.
Exactly.
They need.
Would you, if you had the chance to be in a commercial, and you were guaranteed it was going to be like enough money, you're probably going to be good for the rest of your life, but you're going to be the face of that brand.
Like the Verizon guy or the Sprint guy.
Yeah.
That's the sadder one.
Would you Sprint guy it?
I mean, yeah, I'd kind of have to, because that's.
I think so.
If you're playing the odds, this is a guaranteed, and you could still have integrity. You could be like, yeah, I was the Sprint guy. I
think so. And like you could do plays and stuff.
Yeah. And you would have enough money, like you said.
Yeah.
But you would never get anything else. But there's a good chance that would never happen anyway.
Right.
So just playing the numbers.
Yeah, I think
you gotta go for that big campaign.
I think so. Yeah, but there'd be like something just so tragic about it too, but you have to.
You would never have the misfortune of like doing a bunch of crappy movies.
No.
So it would actually kind of be like, I did some commercials, but people would forget about it.
That's true.
Versus just like a string, like Robin Williams. Like he was just such this great comedian, great actor, and then he just did too many bad movies and he killed himself.
You think that's why he killed himself?
His career's on the decline.
Yeah.
If everybody loved him, he wouldn't have killed himself.
Oh, it's awful.
It's the movie RV was the final nail in the coffin.
I forgot about RV.
JoJo, who was a teen singing, she had a minor hit.
I know JoJo.
You remember JoJo?
Yeah.
Well, I don't remember her song.
She was just in the news recently, I think, for saying she had an eating disorder, if I recall. So she played Robin Williams' daughter?
Yeah, and they were in the RV driving. It was similar to Meet the Millers, came out a couple years ago.
Okay.
It's the same road movie, family comedy.
Yeah.
It was panned really bad. And that was pretty much the last movie he did. If you look at that, yeah. So.
I think he's remembered for.
Mrs. Doubtfire, yeah. That's what he's remembered for.
That's what I watched the day he died, actually, was Mrs. Doubtfire. And then after that, I watched The Birdcage.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
But he had a lot of crap in there.
Yeah, I don't even
kind of tarnishes the reputation.
It doesn't tarnish it for me. Like his body of work is like so substantial that I feel like if you're someone like, same thing with Robert De Niro. He's been doing shitty stuff for a while, but his like meaty stuff has been so substantial that I think that's always what will stand out.
So if you build up enough credit, integrity credit,
you can take a couple hits.
Okay, yeah. And so you don't, Robert De Niro doesn't need to like get drunk and like edit his IMDb page.
None of us care. At least I don't care.
I don't know. I think, well, he's rich and successful, so
yeah, exactly.
He's definitely, he's winning.
Exactly.
I saw, just jumping back to your journalism, a lot of stuff about cheerleaders.
Yeah.
What is your preoccupation with cheerleaders?
Well, I sort of fell into it. Someone on my podcast, we were talking about cheerleaders and sort of wondering how much they got paid. And someone tweeted to me that they got paid like nothing. And so I started researching it, and I realized like how little professional cheerleaders got paid, and I was really surprised by it. And so I wanted to write a story about it, and no one would contact me, and no one would talk to me and everything. So it just sort of became a thing that I was like obsessed with finding out. And after a few months of researching it, I found a workshop for the Clippers, people who wanted to be Clippers girls. So I went undercover and pretended I wanted
You went undercover?
And pretended I wanted to be a Clippers girl and like learn the dance and everything. And that opened my eyes. Like I already knew it was like a fucked up, weird, sort of like horrible sport, and then that really opened my eyes even more to like how horribly they treat the people that do that. And so I wrote that article, which went kind of viral, and then from that, so there's been all these lawsuits in the NFL of cheerleaders, like the Raiders girls and all, who have won like millions of dollars in unpaid wages and stuff like that. But the first NBA cheerleader who sued a team, she just filed a lawsuit last October, and right after she did, because I had that article that went viral, she contacted me and told me about it, and she handed over to me like internal contracts and emails between her coach and all this crazy stuff. And then a Golden State Warriors girl came up to me and handed me over like these crazy things. So it's just something that I sort of started writing about, and people just started talking to me about it.
Your niche. Okay, so to play devil's advocate a little bit on how poorly the cheerleaders are being treated. You know, workplace violation, you know, that's, you work more than 8 hours, you need to get overtime, stuff like that. But compared to like the farm workers.
They are probably hourly farm workers make more than cheerleaders. Okay.
But the work that the cheerleader is doing isn't really very difficult.
It's actually extremely difficult. It's extremely physically grueling. They have to work out for like 5 hours a day. And those are workouts that they're not paid for, so they have to, I mean, 5 hours a day is a long time for anyone to work out, but of course any other professional athlete that was under contract with the team would get paid for mandatory workouts. So they're working out like 5 hours a day on top of rehearsals and on top of games, so their total commitment to the team is about 40 hours a week.
But they get like $50 a game or something like that, right?
So they make about $150 a week for a 40-hour-a-week job.
Ooh.
And then on top of that, have to hold down enough employment to then pay for their rent and bills and stuff like that. So it's like it's pretty serious labor violations.
And why have you only been the first person to uncover this? Why don't people know about this?
Because, and you know, when I write about this, like a lot of times people respond to Reddit and stuff without like even reading the article that I wrote. Like a lot of the response I get a lot of times is, if you don't like it, then they can just quit.
That's the worst argument.
That's the argument that's been used since the Industrial Revolution.
Yeah, just pass it on to somebody else to get.
Yeah, so that a lot of people dismiss it, saying that, and then a lot of people say, well, then just get rid of the cheerleaders then. Which I also think is ludicrous, because cheerleading is much a part, like an American institution as the game is. If you go to a high school football game, a college basketball game, cheerleaders are there. It's part of the life game experience. So I think a lot of times when the issue comes up, people just essentially tell them to fuck off.
When you went undercover as a Clippers girl, had you been chosen, would you, drop the journalism and change your tune to keep on? Yeah.
No.
Really?
Of course not. No. Yeah. No. I mean, another thing that they do is it's a really long audition process, and it becomes more and more competitive as you make certain cuts. Different teams have different processes that they go through, but some teams have boot camps that are a month long that you're at for 8 hours a week, and they sort of drill into a great experience being on the team is going to be, and they don't tell you how much you're going to get paid until after you've made the team. Oh. So they sort of get you thinking you need this job, you really want this job, and then by the time you've made the team, it's too late. And in in every instance actually that I talked to a cheerleader, they were given their contract and told that they could not take it home, have anyone look at it, and that they had to sign it right there, and if they didn't like that, they could leave. So again, yeah, they're pretty substantial labor violations.
But otherwise, professional sports is
totally cool.
Totally clean, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
No more other kind of violation.
No. This is just, obviously and I like sports, but this is, it's a niche that I sort of stumbled into that I think not a lot of people know about, so.
Let's talk about your podcast, Lady to Lady. 2 episodes today, plus more talking today. That's a lot of, that's because you've been doing it for a while. You've done 100 episodes, more than that, right?
Yeah, I think today we recorded our 170th.
Wow, so that's 3 years, 3.5. Okay, so it's you and Barbara Gray, friend of the show, and there's a third lady on it, right? So it's Lady to Lady. Does that ever come up on the show?
That's never come up. I'll talk to them about that.
So who's, if it's Lady to Lady?
I'll be the 2. I don't care.
So, okay, so, no, but there's you and Barbara talking. That would be Lady to Lady. And then a third lady coming in.
I suppose the lady is whichever 2 ladies are talking at that exact moment, because we also have a guest every week. So there's a lot of ladies.
All right, so it's more just a metaphor.
It's actually, it's just a dumb, we were like joking around and talking about like a show that was like The View, like making fun of a show called Lady to Lady, and like thinking about having a show where we had like shoulder pads and coffee mugs and stuff like that. And then Barbara emailed us a couple days later and was like, let's seriously do a talk show. So the idea kind of started as like a...
From The View.
Kind of, yeah.
Taking other women down.
No, we're emulating The View. I love The View.
Do you like The View?
I kind of do. I haven't watched it in a while. When I was single, I used to get stoned and watch The View a lot.
The View's on in the morning.
Yeah.
You just wake up in the morning, get stoned, and watch The View. Huh. There's that work ethic you were talking about. There's a lot of not spin-offs from The View, but a lot of like knockoffs of it now.
Yeah.
That are
like
worse.
The Talk.
Yeah, and The Chew.
The Chew. The Chew is really something else.
That one they are just talking over each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a lot of it's insane. It's so much.
I don't think we talk over each other too badly.
Well, you guys are like funny and smart.
Yeah.
You're not just like you got famous from some other thing, and then your agent was like, I don't know, you want to be on this talk show?
Yeah.
Because it's got.
Yeah, but I don't know, The View. There's something kind of comforting about it to me.
What is it that you like about it? Because I've never really seen it, but when I have seen any of those shows, they're not talking about anything.
Maybe that's why I like it. It's just kind of like, it's just so bizarre and like mindless, and weird things happen on The View and no one else is watching them. Like Paris Hilton's earring got caught in Barbara Walters' sweater one time.
They were that close
and like they
together.
live on stage had to like, things like that happen on The View.
Just because it's just like that many hours, something weird.
Yeah.
Like when there's weird clips on the like local news anchors,
like
messing up or
Yeah, because there's not a lot of like, I don't think there's a lot of pre-production done on The View. I think it's kind of alive.
So you're watching it just for that, hoping something's going to go wrong.
I think so, yeah.
And then when it does, it's like you ever have a class that was like really boring, or the teacher was weird?
Yeah.
And then you were just waiting for them to like mispronounce a word or like fart in class or something.
Exactly, it's exactly that, yeah. And also The View you can have on while you're working. It's kind of like, you obviously don't have to pay much attention to it, It's kind of like music or a podcast or something.
Who's your favorite, is probably a bad question, who's your favorite person who's ever on The View, favorite Viewster?
My favorite Viewster? Probably Barbara.
Barbara, yeah. That's why I said it's a bad question.
Yeah. I actually haven't really watched this since she left. You know who I also did kind of have like a sick fascination with Elizabeth Hasselbeck.
Yeah, I like
you
her.
You need Hasselbeck, right?
Yeah.
Like, she makes it interesting.
Mm-hmm. She got famous from Survivor.
Yeah, she's from Survivor. Like, her husband's a third-string quarterback. Like, she thinks she's the hot shit.
She's conservative.
Yeah.
But she like didn't know anything. She's like conservative because like she was just like pretty and dumb.
She didn't know any better. Yeah.
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 Yeah, she was great.
Yeah.
You've gotten some good guests on Lady to Lady though.
We have, yeah.
You got French Stewart.
Yeah.
Margaret Cho.
Yeah.
Kind of like these culty like celebrities. Like, how do you approach like a weird celebrity like that?
French Stewart was a friend of a friend that, because Barbara had a crush on him in high school, and so I found out that a friend of mine knew him, and I was like, all right.
Get him on the podcast.
Yeah. So that was a friend introduced us, and then Margaret Cho, our booker, tracked down and booked. Yeah. Maria, our booker, actually does most of that.
So yeah.
That stuff, yeah.
You had any? Do you ever get like regular guests, or do you kind of tend to the more like the weirder? People can have a weird point of view. Oh
yeah, for sure. Like we do. Like our sort of like standard thing is just to have like a female comic on.
Okay.
Or a writer or something. So yeah. And then then we do.
But then like the weird people pop.
Yeah. Yeah.
French.
Yeah.
How's he doing? How is he in real life?
Oh my God, he's fantastic. French is great. He's a really, really fun, sweet guy. Yeah.
French Stewart.
He's so funny. He's like so on. And he's just like so sweet, and he likes to drink, and he's really funny.
Were his eyes open?
Not really, no.
So that's the thing that you do on the show where he would like talk. That's how he really was?
Yeah. And he's just like really, he's always like saying funny things and like sipping whiskey out of a bottle. And like he's great. And a great theater actor. He's going to Broadway with a show that his wife wrote. His wife, which is so cute, his wife I forget if it was his birthday or like their anniversary or something, but she wrote this play for him as like a gift, and they put it on at the Pasadena Playhouse, and then now it's going to go to Broadway. So yeah, he's doing well.
Yeah, investigating, well, good. Well, I hope you're doing well, Tess, with all of that. So where can people find you? Tess.
My Twitter is Testify Barker, TESSTIFY, Testify Barker, and that's my Instagram too. And I post, and my website is tessbarker.com, which Adam has been to.
Great website.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And go. Did you write all that stuff, all the copy on there yourself?
I wrote it all myself.
You're a writer.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you.
And Lady Lady.
And Lady Lady's on iTunes.
100 million downloads?
A lot of downloads, I don't know.
Yeah, it's something like that. Millions over the 170 plus episodes.
It's a lot, yeah.
So cool. No end in sight. Well, thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we got all some technical problems, but it all worked out. It always does work out, folks. Remember that. And thank you for watching. Until next time, this is Adam Papagan reminding you that there's a place you can go, and it's your mind.